Hey guys, how are you doing? Crypto Insight UK here, bringing you back another video. So I'm actually back in Dubai now, back recording in my recording schedule every day until the end of this month. I'm going to Madrid to watch the Call of Duty Championships, the first series. But getting into today's video, we've got some interesting things to talk about. We're going to talk about Bitcoin price action. We're going to talk about what I think comes next for the market. We're going to talk about XRP, one of our favorites here on the channel, and then we're going to talk about some calls that I've been making. So to start with, Bitcoin. If we have a measured move, this is what I spoke about in the newsletter this week. Are we underestimating what crypto is going to do this year? If we consider a full Fibonacci extension would get us out to 9.1 trillion to 10.55 trillion, are we underestimating the price targets that Bitcoin could get to because of recency bias of the recent 4-year cycles, etc.? And if we have a measured move for the short term, where would it take us? And then we're talking about a measured move continuing or repeating something like we saw at the beginning of 2024. That would take us out to 150 odd thousand. I discussed this in more detail in the newsletter, by the way. It'd take us out to 162,000 by February of this year. I've been discussing the possibility of a bit of a bull run into the first quarter of this year, and then potentially some chops similar to last year, and then a blow off top towards the end of next year. Could we see something like that potentially with the Trump inauguration and Gary Gensler leaving the SEC and what potentially could happen over there in the US? Obviously, nothing is certain yet, but it's just something I'm watching for. Definitely interesting, especially when we consider trading different. Let's have a look at this liquidity pools here for Bitcoin. Something that I've been watching recently. Sorry, let's get this sorted out for you. Open this up. Well, we've got a lot of liquidity below us between the 88,000-ish area and then to the 90,000. We've been watching that on the 1 hour. But what I've not noticed until recently is a lot of liquidity has started to build above us. So as soon as we start to get a break of this range, I think we could get quite a quick move up to the 128,000 sort of area for Bitcoin. We've seen more shorts start to come in as we've chopped around in this area. And we can kind of see that reflected on crypto Twitter as well. People are more starting to lean. Always happens when you're in a range. People are leaning towards going shorter because we haven't managed to get the momentum to break higher. However, we're holding pretty much at 90 sort of $1,000 Bitcoin, which is a high price realistically. And the longer we hold that, the more likely I think we are to head to the upside. More and more shorts are coming in, even in the last few days as well. People probably thinking there's going to be a sell the news event with the Trump inauguration, and there might be, but the longer we range in here without a pump, the more likely I think we are going to pump. When that comes, I really don't know. But if it doesn't come before the Trump inauguration, then that could be the catalyst to actually pump, even though some people think it'll be a sell the news, and it could be. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't get the pump before, then you're not really selling the news because you haven't really had a pump. You're basically just chopping, waiting for a catalyst. And that's what I think we're doing. And I think we're basically in the eye of the storm. I think we're getting ready for a big move to the upside again. And going back to Bitcoin on this measured move here, this is what we're looking at. Potentially, if we follow, obviously nothing follows perfectly. We've got a couple of days of chopping and we should start to move up by early next week or potentially at some point this week. That's what I'm watching for. Moving over to XRP. XRP is in the middle of a range. I was expecting some price action like this. Maybe take the liquidity at the top of the range and then come down, retest the middle of the range and go. And I still think that's a possibility. However, Cred is discussing something that I also think is possible for XRP. I think it's a great thought process. This specifically, where he talks about basically that we've taken the liquidity here and here, and then we're going to come down and do what I've said we're going to do. But I basically think or thought, still not sure which way it goes. Maybe we take the liquidity from the top of the range first, then stop out the late longs by coming back to mid-range of the middle of this range and then boosting off. He basically thinks we've taken the liquidity, enough liquidity here from the people who are probably shorting. We've got rid of them. And then we come down and get rid of the people who are longing, consolidate and then break out. We're both pretty much in the same boat, just different areas to where we might take off. And I'm unsure on which one it's going to do. Remember, while we're in a range, it's difficult to predict these things. We're just both giving our best guesses at how ranges will finish to play out. But we both think that a move to the upside is imminent. I believe it might be closer than cred does, but let's see. Let's see. That's definitely something I'm watching. If we look on the weekly time frame, let's have a look at this. It's been a bullish weekly close there for XRP. I think I'm going to take these drawings off. I've got a few different charts. I've got another altcoin I'm going to talk to you about here. It's been a bullish weekly close here for XRP. It looks like a bull flag's forming on top of previous resistance, which is perfect. And I think we're just getting ready to send and continue higher there for XRP. One token I did want to talk to you about actually is ENA. Like ENA is basically a stable coin. It's very similar in a lot of ways to Terra Luna. And I know that everyone hates Luna because obviously it collapsed and ruined the markets realistically. But you've also got to remember that Luna pumped pretty hard. Now, the thing that I like about ENA right here, and it's just a token I've been watching. I actually have a little bit invested, not tons compared to my portfolio in general, and no paid sponsor, nothing. I'm just talking to you guys about this because I noticed it. But it actually had the highest weekly close ever last week, after quite a big rally off its bottom. So I'm definitely watching out for this, as a stochastic RSI on the weekly could turn bullish here as well. Something I'm really watching. It's a low float token, high FDV. So they will probably continue to sell onto the market, or you can stake actually ENA and earn. But it's something I'm watching. I think it's got the potential to do like a 2 or 3x from here. So I actually won't be selling my ENA right now. But just wanted to mention that it's nothing. There's no promo, nothing like that. It's just something I've just flagged the last few. I've always been watching it because I invested quite early. It came all the way down. I invested like here. Came all the way down, so I didn't really talk about it too much. And it's come all the way back up, and now it's had its highest weekly close. So just keep my eye on it. Keep my eye on it. ETH is another one. Like, it's the signal for alt season when ETH breaks out, essentially, and it's still struggling in retracement levels. We haven't got too much to say about it. The stochastic RSI on the weekly is looking like it could turn up. We had another green week last week, but again, we're just working these retracement levels out. Bitcoin's the one that I'm really watching right now, and XRP. Obviously, I think XRP is leading the market realistically. If we look at XRP dominance, that's one of my favorite charts at the minute. Let's have a look. It is this one. We've had so many weekly closes. All our weekly closes have been above this like range that we were stuck in since pretty much 2020. We've broken out the top of the range, and we just keep closing weeks above that. That shows significant strength here for XRP. And then when we get our next move, it should be anywhere between 200 and 600%. I think we're about to start our wave 3. So let's keep our eye on that, guys. That's definitely something that I'm watching here. And basically to finish, if you don't read the newsletter, then please do. I was talking about XRP memes. I put a specific newsletter out for that. And one of the tokens that we talked about, I also made a YouTube about it, as you guys know. One of the tokens I talked about was Starbro. We tipped it at $440,000 market cap. And right now it sits at, let's have a look, 1 second. Right now it sits at $2.18 million market cap. So a massive gain there, and we've taken our first take profit targets on it. This is where we were talking about it here. Huge pump to the upside. We've taken our first take profits. We're letting some ride now. But I still don't think it's too late for XRP memes, and that obviously has massively outperformed XRP. I put 10% into Starbro, as I spoke about here, and that is worth 30 to 40% of what I put in general, and I've taken out 20% of what I put in overall. So I still think there's a big opportunity in XRP memes. If you want to trade them, do click the link in my description. I'd appreciate it if you use my affiliate link to trade. Until we get a major catalyst one way or another, we're just watching the Bitcoin range or watching the XRP range. I do think we get the break to the upside. I don't know what the catalyst will be or exactly when it will come, but I do feel like it is imminent. Everyone's starting to feel a bit airy over there on Twitter, like a bit edgy. Everyone's getting at each other again a little bit. I think we're very, very close. I think XRP memes probably outperform XRP, and I also think XRP outperforms the market in general. So that is what I'm watching, and that's what I think you guys should have a look at too. Maybe have a look at ENA as well, because some good staking rewards there. But always be careful with low float, high FTV tokens, because obviously VCs have got some deep pockets and they will sell down the market at some point. But they're the things I'm watching right now. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Hope you had a great new year, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Please do share if you did enjoy, and subscribe. Peace up, A-Town down, as Crypto Insight UK would say.